Hey everyone, have you ever ordered a fancy dish at a restaurant only to find out it was drizzled with truffle oil? You're not alone. Truffle oil seems to be everywhere these days, from gourmet pasta to popcorn, making it sound oh so luxurious. But what's the real deal behind this trendy ingredient? Let's take a casual stroll through the flavorful world of truffle oil, compare it to the real thing, and maybe even debunk some myths along the way. All right, let's start with the star of the show, truffles. Truffles are a type of fungus that grow underground, usually found in the roots of certain trees. They're a culinary treasure, particularly in dishes from Italy and France, and come in several varieties, like black truffles, which are more earthy, and super rare white truffles, which have a more intense flavor. The real magic happens when you slice into one. Those earthy, complex flavors add something special that you just can't replicate. Now imagine biting into a dish that has the essence of an actual truffle. It's rich, aromatic, and nothing short of amazing. But here's where it gets tricky when we talk about truffle oil. So, how did truffle oil become a superstar in the culinary scene? Originally, it started popping up in fancy restaurants as chefs looked for ways to add that beloved truffle flavor without breaking the bank. Fresh truffles can cost a fortune, which made truffle oil a more accessible alternative. The convenience factor can't be denied. It's simple to use, just a drizzle here and there. Most truffle oils are made from infusing oil, usually olive or grapeseed, with synthetic compounds that mimic truffle flavor. Yup, you heard that right. It's not always the real deal we're getting, but it sure can taste great. Now let's talk flavor. If you've ever had truffle oil, you might think, wow, this is rich. But here's the twist. It's not quite the same as biting into an actual truffle. Real truffles carry a whole spectrum of earthy, nutty notes that can change your entire dish. On the flip side, truffle oil often has a stronger, more one-dimensional flavor that can be a bit overwhelming. Some say it tastes more like popcorn seasoning than gourmet fungus. Chefs often have mixed feelings about its flavor. While some enjoy using it as an everyday ingredient, others poke fun at it being a poor substitute for the real thing. Let's get to the heart of the matter. How is truffle oil used in the culinary world? Walk into any upscale restaurant, and you might find truffle oil on the menu as a luxury ingredient. It's marketed as this high-end flavor enhancer, but many diners don't realize that what they're enjoying might not be true truffle essence. Patrons have a certain expectation when they see truffle on a menu, right? But if you find out it's just truffle oil, the magic can fade a little. Food critics have noted that truffle oil often overshadows the natural flavors of the dish and can lead to disappointment, especially among truffle enthusiasts. It's important to know what you're paying for. Let's hear from the pros. I talked to a few chefs about their thoughts on truffle oil, and it was a mixed bag. Some chefs absolutely embrace it, using it to create a unique twist on classic dishes, while others prefer to stick with the real thing. One chef even mentioned that using fresh truffles is an experience you can't replicate with oil. Another chef weighed in on how using truffle oil might be tempting for home cooks because it's easy to sprinkle on. But it's often better to invest in fresh ingredients if you really want to take your dish to the next level. To wrap things up, while truffle oil has earned its place on many restaurant menus and in home kitchens, it's essential to know what distinguishes it from the genuine article. Truffle oil might add a rich layer of flavor, but it can't replicate that unique, earthy delight that comes from real truffles. So, next time you see truffle oil in your favorite dish, remember what you learned today. Don't forget to share your own experiences with truffle oil in the comments below. Have you tried it? Did you love it? Or was it just a fancy illusion? Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're curious about more culinary tales and insights, hit that subscribe button and join me on this delicious journey. Next up, we'll explore another trendy ingredient that's making waves in the kitchen. Can't wait to see you there.